Hey Dave, how's it going? So I'm just tuning back in, doing 2 weeks here on this video journal, um, just because of wireless here is again horrible, but can't really do anything about it. So I'm just doing the double up right now. So unfortunately, last week's class I missed. I didn't get to meet the guest speakers. However, I did go get to do my own. I don't want to say networking, but I got to meet some inspiring people and for my business or my focus and job industry where I might actually be working with the one guy. So, anyways, my friend from Philly, Kyle Lark, he came out here. He works for Red Bull. He runs that big monster truck and everything like that. And he was out here on a field study for Red Bull. And I got to spend the whole week, well, I guess 3 or 4 days with him going around Los Angeles, kind of chauffeuring him around, and we got to go to the Deirdrick Enterprises, which is a warehouse just in southeast LA. It's Rob Dyrdek. He has a few shows, Fantasy Factory and that new show called Ridiculousness. But there's a bunch of different companies inside the warehouse, so we got to spend time there. My friend Kyle is actually really good friends with the general manager for Street League, which is a really big contest that Rob's enterprise runs as well. And we got to sat down and did some talking and met the graphic designer for the whole studio, which was very cool. And they said they might put me on board for some small minor projects to do some little detailing, which would be kind of like a dream job because that means I could live back east and come out here for business, and it'd be a good situation. And the guy we met up with, the general manager, his name is Brian Atlas. Um, I mean, these guys do some big things. So I thought, in my own way, it was kind of like entertainment perspectives class myself because that night, um, actually, it wasn't that night. When we went to go meet up with everyone, it was inspiring in that a lot of really key people in the industry that I want to focus in, and that's definitely staying in the graphics and doing anything affiliated with skateboarding, snowboarding, or surfing. Beyond that, this past week with Palak Patel and RJ, I thought you could have almost set a camera in the back of that room and made it a show you could put live on TV because there was a lot of tension. From RJ's perspective, is completely the opposite. It's like oil and water to Palak's perspective. Palak's was all about making these blockbuster films that are still available. Now he actually did shine some cool points on it, saying that everybody that can't travel. He related it to his situation when he was growing up, saying he can't travel and go all these places, but so he was enveloped by these movies and everything, which I do back that, but I don't back. I just remember the one quote that he had saying that I don't care about making an award-winning movie. I'd rather just make a lot of money. I was pretty arrogant or obnoxious, but I can't say much because this is actually publicized on TV, internet. But no, he has some good things going, and I guess he's done some great work. Some of his movies are amazing. So kind of take back what I just said there. But then RJ is like on the whole other side, saying that they got in this big conversation saying that movies are going away from. Palak's argument was that movies are going obviously overseas, but into movie theaters still, and there's still cinemas, warehouses that are still just pumping revenue in. Where RJ was the opposite, saying everybody wants to go home, sit in with the family, and watch stuff in their family room. So that was pretty cool to watch them. Even just seeing their facial expressions going from one to another, you can kind of just look back from each guy, and you could just see the tension where it kind of like pulled a string with someone's opinion, and then pulled the string for the other guy's opinion. So it was cool to watch. And then of course you, Dave, you were in there being like the mediator. So I thought that was awesome as well. So it was a cool class, very interesting class, some cool, great topics, and it actually I think it affects me too, because I mean I didn't get the answers that I wanted, but all these movies going overseas, Well, he said they branch out to regional advertising houses for Universal Studios throughout the world, but there usually has to be that the one campaign that's consistent throughout. Usually, you don't really just pitch a movie campaign and be all right. We're gonna have it this area, and then in this country we're gonna have the campaign this way. It's usually you focus it on one main campaign. So I wonder where that originates now because you have such a great diversity of an audience. I mean, let's say I don't even want to relay anything, but it's almost like you have to dig deeper into the demographics and make a more well-rounded, not trailer per se, but just a campaign, like outdoor advertisements, print advertisements. Do the people in China use iPhone application advertisements more than they use billboard outdoor advertisements or magazines? I mean, it's just really crazy to look into that, and I just don't know where it'll take the future to advertising. And then also another cool thing, not a cool thing, but kind of glad that I never learned it, is that Flash is out completely. They announced it the past 2 weeks, so I'm glad that I never actually got into learning it. I kind of spent a few hours on it, and so that's kind of a thing over the head right there because I didn't want to. Flash is obsolete now, which is great. Let's see. Classes are going good. My final paper pitch. I want to do a business plan pitch for my website, if that makes sense. I just want to break it down to say where the money's going to come into play, where advertising comes into play on the site, how you get traffic, the interactive section, the social networking section, the employment opportunities, the where you distribute it and have main focus centers where you'd have people, one in LA, maybe one in New York, one in Miami, one in Chicago, one in Dallas, and then you expand out throughout where you'd have these main hubs and focus centers. So it's not all online. It's a social networking site, but it's not. It tells you to go out and explore. I could get into more detail. I could talk about this for hours, but instead, I'm not going to say it because this is again leaked out on the website or online. So it's all right here. It's going to be in your paper, and so yeah, hopefully that'll go through. I just need to sit down and talk to you there, and get a confirmation that I can actually follow through with it. Besides that, skateboarding, bumped my wrist. Not feeling too good. I don't know if I broke it, but something's wrong with it. Thanksgiving's coming up. Friends from New Mexico and other places we're all meeting up and got a cabin up at Big Bear Lake for 4 days, Thanksgiving Day to the 27th, and we're gonna do some snowboarding and grubbing, and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to go home. Kind of missed it so much that this is backwards, but Philly's best, just right down there on Olive out here in Burbank, and it doesn't amount to Philly, but it was kind of cool to check it out. It made me miss Philly even more. So I'm gonna tune out. Hopefully you guys all have a great holiday, good Thanksgiving. Eat some turkey, the green beans with crispy things, and yams and hams and finer wines. So see you in 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks left of class, and I'll talk to you then. Bye.